Hi and welcome to Birds with Bottle.
We've got a thing about wine.
And we want you to have a thing about wine too.
And this week we're looking at wines for Valentine's Day.
Yes, we've chosen wines to get you in the mood for the most romantic day of the year.
But actually they're so gorgeous, they'd be good for any day of the year when you fancy a bit
of romance.
So, of course we're going to have champagne. This is the Drapier Carte d'Or non-vintage. It's $26.99 at xseller.net or 20.
Oh my god!
And it's $21.59. Sandra's going to have to rip her clothes off. Something to hope for.
I'll tell you what, it smells wonderful.
It's $21.59 if you buy 6 bottles.
Now this is, I've kind of lost the plot now. Champagne is the perfect thing to share and so romantic for Valentine's Day, isn't it?
And that's what Valentine's Day is all about.
It's a really romantic gesture.
Absolutely.
Oh, quite forgotten myself.
Delicious. Lovely, lovely golden colour.
Oh, that's lovely. It's really whoomphing out the glass at you. Certainly whoomped out the bottle anyway.
Very full flavoured. Biscuity, toasty. Really rich flavour.
Now it's quite weighty on Pinot Noir, this one, which is I think why I like it so much. But they suggest it's got a minimum of 80% of Pinot Noir in it.
Yeah.
Bit of Chardonnay, a little bit of Pinot Meunier.
Yeah, no, it's
the traditional mix, but quite heavy on the Pinot Noir.
Now this is one of your favourites, isn't it?
This is actually, and I'm surprised more people haven't heard of it. But I think this is absolutely delicious. And if somebody gave this to me on a Tuesday night, which is what Valentine's Day this is this year, I think that was a big gesture.
Yeah, no, it absolutely would be. But of course, sometimes for Valentine's Day, or just romance generally, a small gesture's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially something that shows you've been putting a bit of effort in, a bit of planning.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
really count.
What I loved recently, having a house full of post-it notes. Little post-it notes left all over the place that I will put under a cup and saucer or in the fridge, or little notes somewhere. And that's so gorgeously romantic, and it doesn't have to be expensive.
Unless they say, please remember to do the hoovering.
Yeah, not a good one.
No. Okay, we've chosen a white wine for you next. This is the Meerlust Chardonnay. It's the 2009 vintage, and it's a South African wine from Stellenbosch. And this is available online from swig.co.uk at £18.50, slurp.co.uk at £18.95, or you can pop into Wine Rack and get it for £18.99.
And that might seem like quite a lot of money for just a bottle of white wine, until you compare it with, for example, flowers, because Valentine's Day flowers are ludicrously expensive.
They are, aren't they? But Valentine's Day is all about being spoilt, and this is a wine to spoil, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh, smell that smell. It's really, really golden, really dark, beautiful golden.
It is, isn't it?
In these big glasses, very romantic to be drinking something that looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a kind of another gesture to make the evening go well, isn't it?
Quite oaky.
Yeah, you're really getting that on the nose.
Oaky taste. Lovely with all sorts of food. Delicious.
That is so... It just sings in your mouth, doesn't it? The oak, the fruit, it's all so beautifully integrated. It's so beautifully sort of smooth and rounded and just little nutty notes. Absolutely delicious.
Perfect for this sort of evening. I mean,
yeah.
I love this wine. And it just so happens that it has lust on the label, which, you know, goes with the evening, I think.
Yeah, it certainly sort of gets the message across, doesn't it? If somebody's a bit slow off the mark.
Although, is it saying it's merely lust?
And what's wrong with that, Mel? Right, the next one we've got for you is a red. And this just happens to have a perfect name too, especially for Valentine's Day.
It does. This is Passion de Bobal. It's the 2009 vintage, and it's £9.95 at Halifax Wine Company, £11.99 at Virgin Wines, and £12.99 at Selfridges.
Yeah, now Bobal, which is the name of the grape variety, is an indigenous one to Spain, and this is from Util Requena, which is basically one of the up-and-comings in the country as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And just look, it's got a little tree on it. Sorry to sound so, but a little tree with hearts growing on it. It's absolutely, and it's touchy-feely as well.
Yeah, and even the foil has got a little heart on the top of it, so it's perfect for your passionate Valentine's Day evening.
It's got a very attractive, sweet smell, hasn't it? It's spicy and warm and earthy. Yeah, and but sweet.
We just love this wine, hence why we're showing it to you. And again, it's a bit more of a spend for Valentine's Day, you know, but you know, you need to push the boat out a little bit.
It is so worth it. That's lovely, isn't it?
It's licoricey, it's cherryish.
Lots of fruit, but it's light and refreshing.
Yeah.
It's not a heavy, dark, syrupy wine at all. You'd
think that you would have to sit and have a meal with something like this. On paper you would, wouldn't you? But actually I could quite sit on my sofa or round the table and just have a glass and be happy.
It's really extraordinary. Now, on Valentine's Day, I think, while texts are okay for the rest of the year, you really need to send a card on Valentine's Day. I think it has to be a card.
Yeah, I do too, actually. You can't get out of that.
No.
But during the day, it's quite nice to receive the odd little suggested text or two, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it certainly is.
And as far as I'm concerned, as long as the suggestion is that they can go out and buy a bottle of this.
That's not what I thought at all. Now, rosé is the obvious choice on Valentine's Day. But we think it's quite nice to be inventive, so we've chosen a pink port.
Yeah, it's the Croft Pink Port, and it's available from Sainsbury's, Co-op and Selfridges at £10.88 a bottle.
Yes. Now it's made in exactly the same way as a normal ruby port, except the wine is on the skins for less time, so it takes on less of the colour. This is 19.5%.
It does look quite pretty in the glass though, doesn't it? Lovely smell. A bit raspberry-ish actually on
yes, raspberries, absolutely. Now the first thing you notice is the alcohol, because it's poured.
Yeah.
It is quite fiery, isn't it? But delicious cherry taste, like sort of cherry lips, cherry tunes, cherry...
Yeah, and this is chilled, so that's how you want to serve
absolutely
it. At the end of your evening.
Yeah, but if you want to be a little bit more inventive, and I think it's important to be inventive on Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
You can do all sorts of other things with it.
Yeah, now my favourite idea is to do it at the beginning of the evening. Put this in a long glass with some tonic or some soda. Yeah. That would be a nice drink.
A little slice of lime.
Or a little sprig of mint.
Yeah,
perfect.
Delicious. Or there's Pink Blossom, which is a cocktail made with the Saint-Germain elderflower liqueur, sparkling wine and this, and that sounds delicious. And then you garnish it with a little cocktail stick with fresh berries on the top.
Yeah, and pink cashmere sounds quite nice, which is again this with some apricot nectar and a little bit of black pepper, and I love black pepper.
That sounds very exciting.
And there's plenty more recipe ideas on the Croft website with this web address. So have a look there and you're spoilt for choice.
Yeah, so however inventive you want to be on Valentine's Day, and I think Sandra and I want to be quite inventive.
Absolutely.
We hope you have a good one.
Happy Valentine's Day.
See you next week.